later, you can get this, and maybe you can write down on a piece of paper, whereby you can use this as an example whenever you are doing a brainstorming of a list of an idea, whereby you can use this to make sure that you can properly construct within 2 minutes a fully built main points, which is you have three main points, and then you have the main sentence or the main topic, and then you already have the second subtopic and also the elaboration on it. So if you can manage to do this within 3 minutes, so it means that there won't be any issue. If you can manage to create all of this within 2 minutes, so it means that there won't be any issue, because you may be able to to complete the speeches. You can have perfect information on the topic for the speech itself. Yeah. So helpful hints for preparing your main points. Okay, so uniting your main points. Once you've generated a possible list of main points, you want to ask yourself, when you look at your main points, do they fit together? So it means that you have to make sure that all of your main points correlate to each other. So it means that it is united in terms of inside the speech. So it means that each and every one of your main points have to be correlating to each other. Okay, so it means that don't stray away from the topic. Okay, and then keeping your main points separate. So make sure that there's no two main points almost identical, like I informed just now. If you have at least more than one main points which are actually almost identical, you can combine both to make it as one main points. Yeah, because if you keeping that both of them separated, so it means that your point will be almost identical, so you won't be able to elaborate it much more clear afterwards. Yeah. And then balancing your main points. Okay, so one of the biggest mistakes some speakers make is to spend most of their time talking about one of their main points, completely neglecting their other main points. Okay, so to spend roughly the same amount of time on each main point. So it means that each main point, please make sure that you spend almost around 30 seconds to 45 seconds, or either at least the maximum will be, each main point will be 1 minute. So it means that you can just use a short introduction, also a short conclusion. Okay, so just to make sure that each and every point will have an equal timing for you to elaborate. Okay. And then creating parallel structure for main points. The parallel structure all sound familiar. So it means that parallel means all in line, which means all the main points is almost not identical, but all the, so it means that each and every main points will help to provide a much more clearer definition on regarding what is the topic is about. Yeah, so that is what we call as creating a parallel structure. And then maintaining logical flow of main points. Okay, so to make sure about your main points is whether the main points make sense in the order you place them. So it means that you have to make sure that you maintain the logical flow, which means that you have to make sure that you choose the main points, which number one and which number two and which is number three properly, to make sure that the audience can understand fully what is your elaboration regarding the main topic itself. Yeah. So let's say the example, school dress codes example. Yeah. So the main point, the first main point is the history of school dress codes, and then problems with school dress codes. Okay, so you started with the history, and then you present the problems, and then you present the last point, which is why they should eliminate the school dress codes. Yeah. So that is the maintain the logical flow. So don't use okay. So we should eliminate the school dress code, which is the first point. Okay, and then okay. So the history of school dress code, and then the problem of the school dress code. So there is not a proper elaboration on the topic itself. So that's why you have to start with the history, and then you present the problem. Okay, so what is the problem? What is the issue of the dress code itself? And then you present it with the if you already presented the problem, you have to present the solution itself. Okay, the problem solving issue. Okay, so you present the solution by eliminating the school dress codes. Okay, so you present your topic. Okay, and then so let's say for another example, rider law legislation. Okay, so laws regarding the rider. Yeah, so this is what we're using WH question. Yeah, so the first main point. Okay, why should states have rider law? So why we should have this law, and then we presented the question of what are the effects if there's no rider law. Okay, so and then we presented with what is rider law legislation. So what can we present to make sure that the rider have laws. Okay, so you presented why you are asking why they should have it, and then you presenting it with a problem. So what is the effect? Okay, the cause and effect. So what is the effect if they don't have the law? And then you present it with okay, so what is the best solution for this? Okay, so what is the law that can be presented, that can be legalized? Okay, so like this one. Okay, so in the first example regarding the school dress codes, does it make sense to talk about history and then the problems and finally how to eliminate school dress codes? Okay, so would it make sense to put history as your last main point, like I informed just now? So you're putting history as the last one, so that's not sensible. Yeah, so it is not making any sense. Okay, so the main points are in a logical sequential order. So in this case, the first school dress codes is the correct one. Yeah. So and then we are moving on to the next one, which is using common organizing patterns. Okay, so we already discussed how to make your main points flow logically. So we are going to provide you with a number of organization patterns to help you create a logically organized speech. Yeah? So which is categorical, categorical or topical. So this is the most common pattern for organizing a speech by categories or topics. So to persuade a group of high school juniors to apply to attend university. So means that to apply for a normal university. Yeah. So the main points is life in the dorms, life in the classroom, life on campus. So in order for you to persuade a group of high school juniors, you just have to make sure that you're presented with a clear example on what is the life that they will be having what during their in university life, university years. Yeah, so you present it with the life in the dorms, whereby the place where they spend most of their resting time, and then life in the classroom, the second most used time, and then life on campus in general. Yeah. Okay, so this is the first example. Okay, so later you can check on this, and then the second example that is under the persuasive speech. Yeah? And then for the informative speech, to inform a group of college students about the uses and misuses of online learning. So the first one will be to define and describe online learning. So you are using the WH question, what is online learning? So you describe and then explain, okay, so what is it? Okay, and then explain some strategies to enhance your online learning experience. Okay, so you explain the strategies on how to make online learning far more better by using your own experience. Yeah, and then list some potential benefits in online learning. So, and then afterwards you provide the main points regarding on why online learning have the positive effect on campus. Yeah, so that's how for you to relate towards each and every main point. this is what we call as a by category, which is topical. Okay, so and then comparison and contrast. Okay, sorry, there's a student wanted to join. Yeah, okay, no, Najwa. It's okay, Najwa. Thank you for joining us. Okay. So we're moving on to the comparison and contrast.